Must be like, oh, I want to be a stripper. So what's stopping me?
Try self-respect, morals, a desire to do good in the world and actually contribute, wanting a real relationship, being disgusted by sex trafficking, abuse, suicide, self-harm, and all the things that are a product of stripping and pornography. The fact that strippers are homewreckers, and that absolutely disgusts me. But let me assure you, I can dance, just not for nasty dollar bills. Ooh, that's for the right guy.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got women destroying feminism on TikTok. So, man, look, before we even get into that, man, do me a favor. Do me a huge favor. Leave a like, comment, subscribe.
I found the liberal theme song.
Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. Don't know much about science.
It is true. For liberals, they're more of inclusive. Everybody, don't care nationality, race, what you look like, how you dress, what you identify as. It's reality and it goes. That liberals' truth is reality for them.
Must be like, oh, I want to be a stripper. So what's stopping me?
Try self-respect, morals, a desire to do good in the world and actually contribute, wanting a real relationship, being disgusted by sex trafficking, abuse, suicide, self-harm, and all the things that are a product of stripping and pornography. The fact that strippers are homewreckers, and that absolutely disgusts me. But let me assure you, I can dance, just not for nasty dollar bills. Ooh, that's for the right guy.
She got the idea. She know what she's talking about. She know what she's talking about. Self-respect, man. Like, don't look, man. Like I said, you will never, ever, for a sex worker, get the true relationship that you really want, and that's a fact. You will never. You can. A lot of people. Oh well, you know, look at all these people who are married. The relationship is not the best. I'm telling you that shit right now. Unless if they're dating a simp. If you're dating a simp, hey, you don't count. You don't count. Go ahead. You got a guy on a leash. But for the women who think they're gonna get a guy or get a man on a leash, not a boy, not a guy, but a man, you're not. That's not going to flow. You're going to be single.
Brainwashed by what, may I ask? Is it the media that's indoctrinating our entire society to have far left-wing views? Or it must be academia that's pushing liberal views on all of our youth? Or maybe it's all the Snapchat ads. When he took that knee, he stood for all of us. Yeah, super conservative. Or an ad pushing homosexuality on our youth. Or maybe it's all those independent fact checkers that are funded by people like George Soros and the Clintons. So yeah, reality check. Every single aspect of our lives pushes liberalism on our society. We aren't the brainwashed ones. We're the ones who think for ourselves. You should try it.
Claiming that America is sexist and as a woman you are oppressed here is completely disrespectful to real female rights issues globally. In India, men can legally rape their wives. In Russia, domestic violence has been decriminalized. In Iran, you can't leave the country without permission from your husband. In Yemen, you can't leave the house without a man. In Sudan, you can have an arranged marriage with a 10-year-old little girl if her parents decide so. Not to mention the countries that have very weak or just no laws prohibiting sex trafficking, which women are predominantly the victims of. Yes, I'm a woman in America. I am not oppressed.
She bust that shit across the head, bro. She bust that shit across the head, man. Women aren't oppressed in America. Like I said, and if you go to any other channel, women swear women in America, Western women. It's only Western women. It's only Western women who claim to be oppressed when they aren't. You go over here to these third world countries. She just gave you a whole list. But if you go to these other third world countries, you're not able to have the freedoms that you have now. You can't go out here and talk down about other men. You women can't be misandry. You women can't have misandry. Let's put it that way. Because misandry, it's only one word. Like, you got misogynistic, you got misogyny, you got misogynist. Misandry, what's other words for misandry? But we got a lot of women who are deep into misandry, who swear that they're all oppressed, But this is the best time this is the best time to be a woman. Especially in America, because once again, you go over here to these other countries, you're not going to get the freedom that you have now, and that's a fact. But women don't look at that. Western women are so greedy. Western women are so greedy that they want everything, even if it fucks up the balance of the way Earth is supposed to be, or the way everything's supposed to be. Even if it's gonna fuck it up, they don't care. They don't care. And a lot of women, oh well, y'all fucking it up. Well, if that's the case, then what we need to start doing is go ahead and cut down feminism, go ahead and cut that shit on right on off. Since we're fucking it up, go ahead and cut it right on off. I mean, we fucking it up regardless. You know what I'm saying? But with this feminism stuff, with this, if y'all so oppressed, we need to go ahead and cut down feminism, cut that shit out. Go ahead and cut that shit out. Anytime any female that talk about some feminism need to go ahead and get dealt with. We need to go ahead and cut out this sex liberation. We need to cut out sex liberation. Go ahead and cut that on out. We need to cut out slut walk. All this bullshit to silence a man, to try to gain women's power back. Needs to go. Needs to go if y'all that oppressed. Y'all aren't oppressed. That's just something that y'all like. That's just a narrative y'all like to push. That has something to talk about and try to push men out of the hierarchy. Try to push men from leading. It's not going to happen, bro. Women are going to always be behind men. I mean, whether you like it or not, women are always going to be behind men.
You need to leave.
I think feminism is the worst thing that ever happened to women. Our job used to be no job. We had it so good. And then all these women had to show off and be like, we could do it. We could do anything. Shut up!
If this whole gender pay gap inequality thing is real, like if companies can really get away with paying women less than men for the same job, yielding the same results, why on earth would any company ever hire a man? Think about it. If that were true, they could just hire women and they would save a ton of money.
I don't understand for the life of me. I don't understand for the life of me.
For number 7, I've said this in plenty of videos. You go to other YouTube channels, they will tell you, if women get paid way less than men, why are companies still trying to hire men? Women will love to sit over here and try to come with, oh, well, because they want to be diverse. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut the hell up, bro. You're not making no sense. You're not making any sense. Gender pay gap is false. It's a lie. It's been debunked numerous of times. Once again, they don't account for the hours worked, and they don't ever account for the jobs worked. Also, once again, if, like she said, she hit it on the head. If it is true that men get paid way more than women, and there's a gap in between men and women's pay, why would they continue to hire men if they can save a whole lot more money just hiring a female?
Why we are telling women that their best and greatest superpower, creating another human from their own body, is less important than working as an associate law clerk. Working 2,100 billable hours, checking footnotes, is somehow more important than raising the next generation of human beings that you made with your own body and then bringing them up. Now, some people may choose that. Fine, again, for the 1,000th time, that's fine, do what you want, it's a free country. But if you're going to indoctrinate women to believe that happiness comes from working as an accountant, but not from spending more time with your children, there's not a single person who on their deathbed said, I wish I had done one more doc with you. Not one.
Make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me.
I was thinking about toxic masculinity, and I got really upset today thinking about how they're teaching boys to basically shut up and let the girls talk, and pushing down boys and anything masculine. I'm a girl. I love being a girl. I can do whatever I want to do in this lifetime. No one's stopping me, except the IRS. But I can go do whatever I want. And this idea that men are the reason that women have, no, that's bullshit. Toxic femininity is the issue. This overabundance of express your feelings and you can't hurt my feelings and you have to use my pronouns and there's 700 genders and my mom. No, we need backbones. We need fucking balls. I'm tired of this shit. Toxic femininity is the issue.
If you're a guy and you've gone through divorce, this video may be hard to hear because it's true and completely unfair. When it comes to children, the family legal system is prejudiced against dads. How is it that dads go into mediation fighting for 50-50 for an equal chance of spending time with their kids, and women go in fighting 80-20? And we think that's somehow normal. It suggests that despite the move towards gender equality, men are still valued less as emotional providers and more as material providers, and have to suffer the emotional consequences on top of the already devastating financial consequences. This is the hardest thing for men after a divorce, and I am so sorry for your hurt if you have suffered this injustice. There is no greater pain than a threat to the bond between you and your children.
I mean, we try to say this every time. Women always talk about equality this, equality that, but ain't no equality, man, in the divorce court. Ain't no equality in child support court. Men having to pay all this money for... I've never understood how a man pays hella money for a kid they barely see. That they don't have the choice. Like they want to see him, but the woman and the judge made it a rule to where you can only see your kid once or twice out of the week. So you mean to tell me y'all want me to pay this right here $500 a month, but I can only see my kid one day out of the week? And not only that, I can only see him for a certain time. I never understood that, man. I never understood about feminism. And women today talk about equality, accepting each other. This world is this way and that way. When the world is the way that you want it, women. The world is the way that you want it. You can lie on men and get away with it. You can be a Karen and get away with it. You can divorce a man and get all of his money. You can go into a relationship 50-50, but when you come out of a relationship, the woman gets 100 and the man gets 0.
There's a powerlessness to this that is just not right. Nobody deserves that, regardless of the reasons for divorce.
Highest debt by state. Take a wild guess into the commonality between these. Well, we have California, Illinois, Massachusetts, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Maryland. They're all Democratic-ran blue states. The worst offender, by far, California. They are $54 billion in debt, and that is growing larger every day.
I just got done at the grocery store, and I'm walking through the freezer aisle, and this little elderly lady comes up, and she's like, "I like your hat." And I was like, "Thank you." She was like, "I would wear mine, but I'm too scared." And I was like, "Why are you scared?" And she's like, "Well, I just don't want to get attacked or something." How sad and pathetic is it that people can't support their president because the left is so violent that people are genuinely afraid of getting attacked? Honestly, it's pathetic.
The left in 15 seconds. If a dude pretends to be a woman, you're required to pretend with him. Inflammatory rhetoric is outrageous, but harassing people in restaurants is virtuous. We see socialist countries collapsing, but it's apparently a great plan to us.
So I'm pretty sure we've all heard about Demi Lovato coming out as non-binary and changing her pronouns to they, them, but there's something that nobody's talking about. In her video, she features her friend Alec Vade Manon, who is a somewhat well-known trans activist. I certainly recognized him. How? From this quote right here. In a since-deleted Facebook post, Alec writes, "These days, the narrative is that transgender people will come into bathrooms and abuse little girls. The supposed purity of the victims has remained stagnant. There are no princesses. Little girls are also kinky. Your kids aren't as straight and narrow as you think." This is who Demi Lovato has chosen to associate herself with. It is perverse and disgusting, and there is no room in this world for public language like that.
The shade's right. Let's talk about abortion. So sorry, tell me how this works. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth? Weird.
You are putting gun laws on law-abiding citizens. You are making law-abiding citizens defenseless. And if you are keeping a woman from being able to defend herself or her family, then you're not for women's rights.
This is the perfect example of liberal logic. We want all minorities to have equal rights. Why aren't you guys fighting for them? Okay, the second a minority supports the right, hate comments, left and right. This is actually tame compared to some of the comments I get, but I thought this one was funny because, plot twist, I'm part white.
Divine masculinity is a thing, and I have been underrating it. I can tell you what I loved about being in the company of this very masculine human. I loved that when we were walking somewhere, he had already planned the route, and when we got to the corners, he would say we're going left or we're going right, before I could even wonder. I loved that when I was eating an ice cream cone, he would take that wadded napkin out of my hand, and as we walked by it without a word, he would drop it in a garbage can that he had been tracking for a block. I loved that he opened my door for me, and that every morning when I woke up at his place, he had a pour-over set up for me, even though he didn't drink coffee himself. I loved the ridiculous irreverence he had. He would walk into a room with his big belly sticking out of his shirt, dancing around like an idiot. Just absolutely no shame. I love that when shit hit the fan, he stepped in with a strong energy of leadership, making phone calls, making plans, moving quickly into action. I relaxed into him. It's something I had never experienced before. It's divine masculinity.
I don't think modern day feminists want equality between men and women. I think they want to be men. They don't take any pride in being feminine. They grow their armpit hair out. They say we need to bring down the patriarchy. But who is the patriarchy? Do you think it's men who set all these standards for women to uphold in the beauty world? You're forgetting that other women set the standards too. As a woman, I think armpit hair on women is disgusting and unhygienic. I'm a woman setting that beauty standard, not a man. I also think a woman should pride herself on being a good mother and taking care of her family in the home. Not to say that you can't have a job at the same time, but no one can do what a mother can do, and you should be proud of that, not want to destroy that. Men and women are not the same, and that's beautiful. I'm proud to be a woman. I don't want to be a man.
We're gonna end it right there, man. We're gonna end it right there. But you know, man, my final thoughts about this is you know, you got some. We're gonna be doing some of these videos. Some of these videos, man, you're gonna have some of these people, these women up in here, man, that's not making no sense with this Trump and all this extra shit. Look, I don't respond to it. I'm not even gonna talk about it. But these other things, man, it is today, man. You know, and I'm just gonna hit on a few small points. Women today with this feminism. It just seems that women, they always talk about equality. But the second a man may say, hey, I don't agree with what y'all got going on, with some of the things y'all got going on over here, you automatically become a misogynist. Well, where's the equality? You can have an opinion about something. Women can have an opinion about something, but a man have an opinion about something is a problem. He's misogynist. He's internalizing misogyny or something. I don't understand it. I never understood it. I don't know why it even exists to even be able to say some shit and do shit like that. But you know, man, look, you know, they destroyed this feminism. It's a double world. It's a double standard world today, man. And women oppression ain't real. Women oppression is not real. Not today. Maybe back then. Like I said, the first wave feminism allowed women First wave feminism allowed women to be able to vote, to be able to bring more money into the home, have a job, doing the same thing that men can do, which is understandable. You know, me personally, I would want some money in my house. 2 incomes are better than one. But now, with the 4th, 5th wave feminism, we have a bunch of, once again, P-stars, people who are on OnlyFans, people who are into sex work, thinking that they are oppressed, thinking that women do not have any rights today. They're trying to give advice. They're trying to silence men. They're trying to say, well, I'm a feminist. You that feminist. That's what you are. You are that feminist. So it's okay. So we had a traditional women, your feminists, first wave feminism, traditional women, just want to work. That's literally what it came down to. Feminism has came down to from first wave, just wanting to work, just wanting to provide, just wanting to be able to have the equal rights that men have. To we want to conquer. We want men to be behind us. We want to be in all the good paying high jobs, not gold mining, not anything that has something to do with our hands, but your corporate jobs. We want to be in that. We want to be ahead of that. Then on top of that, not only that, we don't want men to be talking about our sexuality, who we sleep with, how many people we sleep with. We don't even want them to mention sex liberation. That should not even be coming up. No, my body count should not matter. My body count should not matter. It doesn't matter if I slept with 30 guys and a donkey. I should be able to say what I want to say, and it should mean something. It should have a whole lot. No. Not for niggas like me. Not for niggas like me. If you into any type of sex work, you think you gonna have an opinion around me like you doing something? No, I'm gonna shut all that shit down. No, I'm like, bro, like, don't you suck for a living? And you sitting over here trying to fucking tell me about how to be a man? You better get the hell up out of here. But man, dude, look, just do me a favor, man. Leave a like, comment, subscribe.